MingusReedus was born into a world of creativity and fame, the only child of Norman Reedus, best known for his iconic role as Daryl Dixon on The Walking Dead, and a beloved figure in Hollywood for decades. His mother, Helena Christensen, is a legendary Danish supermodel, celebrated for her timeless beauty and trailblazing career on international runways and magazine covers. Mingus's childhood was anything but ordinary. Raised between the bustling streets of New York City and the serene charm of Denmark, he was exposed to a unique blend of American energy and European sophistication. Art, fashion, and culture were constants in his life, shaping his worldview from an early age. Even after his parents separated, Norman and Helena remained dedicated co-parents, ensuring Mingus grew up in a loving, supportive environment. Their commitment to his well-being helped him navigate the complexities of growing up in the public eye. With such striking parents, it was no surprise that Mingus inherited both their good looks and their creative spirit. As a teenager, he began to explore modeling, quickly catching the attention of industry insiders with his unique presence and natural confidence in front of the camera. As he transitioned into adulthood, Mingus's modeling career took off. He walked for top designers, appeared in high-profile campaigns, and graced the covers of major fashion magazines, earning respect for his professionalism and individuality. No longer just known as the son of two celebrities, Mingus was carving out his own identity in the fashion world, determined to be recognized for his own achievements and talent. However, with the spotlight came intense scrutiny. The pressures of fame and constant media attention began to weigh on him, and soon, personal challenges started to overshadow his professional successes. In August 2025, MingusReedus found himself at the center of a serious legal incident. The story quickly made headlines, drawing public attention for reasons far removed from his promising career in fashion and marking a dramatic new chapter in his life. On the weekend of August 22, 2025, MingusReedus's life took a dramatic turn inside a Chelsea apartment in Manhattan. According to NYPD reports, a prolonged altercation with his 33-year-old girlfriend led to his arrest. The incident, which spanned several hours, was described by prosecutors as violent and deeply troubling. Chelsea, known for its vibrant culture, became the backdrop for a private crisis that quickly became public. Details were scarce, but the severity of the allegations was clear. This was not a minor dispute. Police intervention ended with Mingus in custody, his future suddenly uncertain. The arrest marked a turning point, putting his personal life under intense scrutiny. The events of that weekend would become a defining moment in his young career. After his arrest, MingusReedus found himself facing a series of grave criminal charges: assault, aggravated harassment, and most notably, criminal obstruction of breathing, which is classified as a felony under New York law. These charges are not only serious in the eyes of the law, but they also carry significant social and personal consequences for anyone accused. According to the prosecution, the incident involved a violent altercation with his girlfriend. They alleged that Mingus grabbed her by the neck, forcefully lifting her off the ground, a chilling accusation that immediately elevated the severity of the case. The choking accusation became the cornerstone of the prosecution's argument, forming the basis for the most severe charge against him. In New York, criminal obstruction of breathing is considered a particularly dangerous act, often associated with a risk of escalating violence. But the allegations did not stop there. Prosecutors also claimed that Mingus slammed his girlfriend to the floor during the confrontation, further intensifying the gravity of the situation. In addition, it was alleged that he kicked her while she was sleeping, suggesting a pattern of aggression that extended beyond a single moment of conflict. These disturbing details presented by the prosecution painted a picture of a deeply troubling incident. The case quickly attracted public attention, with both the defense and prosecution preparing for a high-stakes legal battle that would play out in the courtroom. In New York, criminal obstruction of breathing is prosecuted with the utmost seriousness. The law recognizes that acts like choking are often precursors to more severe forms of domestic violence, and as such, the charge carries heavy penalties, including possible prison time. The combination of charges placed MingusReedus at the center of a legal storm, with the potential for life-altering consequences. The outcome of the case would not only affect his freedom, but also his reputation, relationships, and future opportunities. As the court prepared to examine the evidence, the stakes could not have been higher. The jury would be tasked with determining whether the prosecution's grave allegations were supported by the facts. For Mingus, the verdict would shape not only his immediate future, but also the course of his life for years to come, both personally and professionally. The police became involved after a 911 call from the Chelsea apartment on August 23. Reports indicate Mingus himself called, claiming his girlfriend was threatening suicide. When officers arrived, the woman alleged Mingus had assaulted her, contradicting his account. Physical evidence at the scene led police to arrest Mingus, finding her story credible. The initial call, possibly an attempt to control the narrative, instead brought law enforcement directly into the situation. Outside the courthouse, both Mingus and his girlfriend publicly called the incident a misunderstanding. Their statements clashed with the serious charges and her initial report to police. The conflicting accounts fueled public confusion and media attention. The truth of what happened remained clouded, awaiting further investigation. After the police response, the woman was found with minor injuries to her neck and leg, consistent with her allegations. Emergency medical services transported her to Bellevue Hospital for evaluation. She was listed in stable condition, but her injuries were documented by medical staff. These records became crucial evidence, supporting her claims of assault and choking. The authorities treated the situation with gravity, ensuring her safety and preserving evidence. The hospital visit underscored the seriousness of the incident. Medical documentation would play a key role if the case went to trial. The investigation now had both physical and testimonial evidence to consider. Later that day, MingusReedus was arraigned in Manhattan Criminal Court. He faced charges of assault, aggravated harassment, and criminal obstruction of breathing. Witnesses described him as visibly nervous, a stark contrast to his usual public persona. The judge issued an order of protection for the alleged victim and set future court dates. The arraignment marked the official start of a high-profile legal process. Media coverage intensified, with every detail of the hearing reported widely. Mingus was released pending his next appearance, but the case was now a matter of public record. His reputation and career hung in the balance as the legal process began. This wasn't MingusReedus's first brush with the law. In fact, his name had already made headlines before, raising questions about his actions and the choices he's made. The events of 2021 would become a pivotal moment in his story, one that many now look back on with renewed scrutiny. In September 2021, Mingus was arrested at the bustling San Gennaro Festival in New York City. The festival, known for its lively crowds and vibrant atmosphere, turned chaotic when an altercation broke out. According to police reports, Mingus was accused of punching a woman during the incident, an accusation that quickly drew public attention and media coverage. Mingus claimed he acted in self-defense, telling officers that he was confronted by an aggressive group and felt threatened. He insisted that his actions were a reaction to protect himself from potential harm and that the situation escalated beyond his control. His account painted a picture of confusion and fear in the midst of a crowded festival. The woman involved, however, gave a very different account. She told authorities that the attack was completely unprovoked and that she had not threatened Mingus in any way. Her statement, along with visible injuries, added to the complexity of the case and fueled debate about what really happened that night. With two conflicting stories and little clear evidence, the case moved forward as a misdemeanor assault charge. The legal process was tense, with both sides presenting their versions of events. The uncertainty surrounding the incident left many wondering about the truth and what justice would look like in this situation. Ultimately, Mingus accepted a plea deal, pleading guilty to disorderly conduct. This allowed him to avoid a criminal record, but it came with conditions. He was required to complete counseling sessions and agree to stay out of legal trouble for a full year, a decision that was seen by some as a second chance. The court-mandated counseling was intended to address any underlying issues and help prevent future incidents. For Mingus, it was an opportunity to reflect on his actions and the consequences they carried, both for himself and for those around him. Now, with new and more serious charges coming to light, this prior incident is being re-examined by both prosecutors and the public. The details of the 2021 arrest are resurfacing in news reports and legal discussions, as people try to understand whether there's a deeper pattern at play. Prosecutors and members of the community are questioning whether Mingus's past behavior signals a troubling pattern of violence, or if these are isolated incidents blown out of proportion by circumstance and media attention. As the investigation continues, the weight of both past and present allegations hangs over MingusReedus, casting a long and uncertain shadow over his future. Despite controversy, MingusReedus built a promising career in modeling, debuting in 2017 and quickly rising through the ranks. He signed with the Society Management and worked with top designers, even landing a Vogue Homes cover just before his arrest. Mingus also began releasing music in 2025, showcasing his creative ambitions beyond modeling. These achievements highlighted his talent and drive to step out of his parents' shadow. However, the legal troubles now threaten to overshadow his professional success. The fashion and entertainment industries are sensitive to public image, and brands may distance themselves. His future in both modeling and music is uncertain, pending the outcome of the case. The next chapter of his career depends on how the legal process unfolds. As of August 24, 2025, the case against MingusReedus is still unfolding. The NYPD investigation continues, with both sides preparing their cases. Mingus is presumed innocent until proven guilty, and his defense will challenge the prosecution's evidence. Conflicting statements suggest a complex story that the courts must unravel. The well-being of the alleged victim and the future of Mingus both hang in the balance. The public is urged to let the justice system work, avoiding snap judgments. The coming months will reveal more, with the outcome impacting all involved. For now, the world watches, waiting for clarity and justice to emerge.